And no question about a white Christmas this year. Gonna head back into the shop and tuck into this next batch of repairs. Mike McConville here again for String Tech Workstations, Stratford, Ontario, Canada. I got a couple of Les Pauls in the shop today. A couple of sort of slight differences in approach because of the neck set. Let me explain. Okay. So this is the 68 VOS that was shipped up from California from Tom, and neck surgery is done, and we've got a beautiful press fit on there. I press fit that high density foam on the underside of the pickup, and then I'll wrap it in masking tape to prevent any filings from getting on the magnets. Now with this Les Paul, the neck angle allowed us to just mask right over that neck pickup, no issue at all. The file will not hit that pickup. It clears, no problem. On the 68 VOS, no such luck. We needed to pull the pickup out. I put that press fit foam underneath and then just wrapped it in masking tape, gently set it aside. Now you can see you've got the real pearl block inlays in the VOS, right? This has the pearloid or plastic, so you really got to be careful because the plastic is soft enough to get scratched. Okay, headstock detail. Obviously you can see that you've got this pearl inlay in the face of the headstock. Of course this just has the script and then the Gibson logo. You can see that this is a tapered headstock, little thinner towards this end. Now on this headstock it's 1.5 all the way across both ends. There's no taper on that headstock. So as you've seen many times before now in the various videos I posted, this is how I set up. Pivoting neck assembly finds its own center. Well, we gently level the frets to get them dead level before the recrown and polish. The body is held firmly. It's not slopping around while we're working. Same basic setup for the VOS. I do have that cloth along the leather on the VOS because that was just freshly lacquered. The other difference between these two Les Pauls is the VOS has the ebony fingerboard and the standard has the rosewood fingerboard. So I'm doing these two Les Pauls in tandem. They're both set up, ready to go. Compensated nut, fret, dress, and setup on both guitars. Of course, I've just completed the leveling on this one. So the truss rod was adjusted to get the lay of the neck as straight as possible. And I got all those high spots. I can't stress enough how important it is to restrict the flex of the neck. I mean, I see pictures online of guys like holding the neck with one hand and filing with the other. Sorry, it's not going to work, buddy. Okay, this is the VOS. Neck was adjusted to get it dead straight. As both guitars have been leveled, now we're going to recrown and polish to make sure that the neck is rock solid and dead straight when you're doing this work. This is why the industry has gone to so much trouble coming up with a $100,000 fret dressing machine to stabilize the guitar as you're working on it. And it's not enough just to stabilize the neck. You want to be able to hold the neck and the body rock solid, perfectly supported while you do this work. If the neck moves or flexes even 2 or 3 thou, you're euchred, man. You'll never be able to set it up to perfection. We've got guys with tech decks around the world, from Denmark to Australia, and the last 3 that went out in the last few weeks, to Pennsylvania and Winnipeg, Manitoba. These guys are now all set up, locked and loaded. It doesn't take much getting used to. Like Jesse McRedmond was saying, after using it for a day, it was like he'd been using it his entire life. Very little adjustment period when you're going from a 2x4 with a notch in it. Yeah, once you get a few fret dresses under your belt, this starts to make a whole lot of sense. I always found it amazing that we go from a 2x4 with a notch in it to a $125,000 fret dressing machine. It's like, sorry, there's got to be a better answer. This is the better answer. Ask anyone who's got one. I got a couple of Les Pauls here that are probably worth close to 10 grand between the two of them. And you know something? I don't worry for a split second about the thing slipping or clattering around the bench or maybe tightening up that vise just a little too much. No, not going to happen. I've never put a guitar in a vise in my entire life. Got a different way of doing things. After doing tens of thousands of guitar repairs on the tech deck with my students teaching the classes, I think we've made our point. Okay, this has been leveled now and re-crowned. Getting ready to bring it to the next stage. This one has also been leveled and re-crowned. It's at the same stage. I thought it'd be an interesting experiment to just sort of do these two guitars in tandem. Here's the first stage of 320 grit on the standard. And here's the first grade of 320 grit on the Les Paul Custom. Second stage, 400 grit, standard. Second stage, 400 grit, custom. This is the third and fourth stage, 600, 800 grit on the standard. And third and fourth gauges, 600 and 800 on the custom. So now we're getting ready to buff. Here's the final stage for the Les Paul standard. And this is the final stage for the Les Paul Custom. And this is the definition of fret perfection. Here's our Les Paul standard. Also, perfect frets. Ask any of the Tech Deck workstation owners. They'll never look back. This is the way they've been taught to do.